morning, everyone. Well, we have important visitors coming to the area today, and I wanted to just take a brief opportunity to underline what Senator Obama and Senator Biden have to say about the events of the last few days and about the McCain-Palin ticket. First, all of our thoughts are with the people in the Gulf, in the coast of Mississippi and Louisiana and Texas, as we hope and pray that they are not only ready for this storm, but that the storm lessens in its velocity and that there is not major damage and certainly no loss of life. And I know that Senator Obama is monitoring this very closely today and will in fact be responding appropriately as the events unfold in the Gulf. You know, today I think the focus of the Obama campaign has to be 4 more years of the same. There is nothing about the selection of the Vice President that changes one stark reality. The economic policies of John McCain are identical twin to the economic policies of George Bush. And everyone within the sound of my voice knows how well that's worked out. For Middle America, for St. Charles County, for the surrounding region of Missouri and the Midwest, these economic policies have been disastrous. It has hurt families, it has hurt single moms, it has hurt teachers and truck drivers and small businessmen. And that is what everyone has to stay focused on. And let me also briefly say a few things about Senator McCain's selection of Vice President. You know, a candidate for president has one major opportunity to pick a president. And that's when they select their vice presidential running mate. That reflects their judgment. That reflects their priorities. That reflects who they think is the very best person in the United States of America to be President of the United States. So what does John McCain's vote for president say? It says first that he's risky, because everyone agrees that this pick is risky. The Republicans agree this pick is risky. Is that a good sign? Secondly, it shows he is perfectly willing to abandon the moderate middle and wrap himself around the radical right in this country. The people that are most excited about Sarah Palin are people like Phyllis Schlafly, James Dobson, the very right-wing radical part of the Republican Party. This is a woman who thinks that if a 17-year-old girl is raped and impregnated and immediately gets an abortion, she should be put in prison. That is a radical position in the United States of America. Not only does she want to undo Roe v. Wade, she will not even make an exception for rape or incest. Now, the other silly notion here is that Senator McCain somehow thinks that's going to appeal to Hillary Clinton voters. It feels kind of like a gimmick. I would ask this question: would John McCain have picked this vice presidential candidate if it were a man? Would he have picked a man who was part-time mayor of a town the size of Moberly a year and a half ago to be his vice presidential running mate? I don't think anybody thinks that. And what women want in this country is they want to be considered equal on merit, not on gender. We don't want to be picked for anything except if we're qualified. And to compare Sarah Palin with Hillary Clinton in terms of qualifications, I think most Hillary Clinton supporters will go, huh? So this is a risky pick that reflects John McCain's desire to wrap himself around the radical right. And finally, and most importantly, John McCain has now done complete opposite of what he said. And we want a president who's going to do what he says. His actions are very important. He has predicated his entire candidacy on the notion that somehow Barack Obama, a member of the Armed Services Committee, he has predicated his entire candidacy on the notion that Barack Obama, a member of the Foreign Relations Committee of the United States Senate for 4 years, who has traveled extensively in foreign nations, together with Joe Biden, somehow represent a team that is not prepared on foreign policy and national security. And then he picks Sarah Palin. who is governor of a state that's smaller than St. Louis County. So, I think we can see that the whole notion he had that somehow Barack Obama is not qualified to be president of the United States, clearly he didn't mean it, because he's now picked a president that has less credentials in that regard than Barack Obama.